The Donald Trump thing in the market amazes me. When they're up, it's all because of him and looking forward to him. When they're down, it's all because the Democrats and how horrific they are. Yet some of our biggest point fall-offs, 3 of the biggest of the top 10, occurred during his administration. Now, a lot of those were in the COVID years. I get that, but you either own the markets or you don't. It does confuse me.
It does confuse Neil Cavuto, except that it doesn't. And it confuses us on some level, except that it doesn't. It's because none of this needs to mean anything. They are all about power. Truth means nothing. Objective fact means nothing. There's nothing true or real to any of this. It's whatever it needs to be.
A storm is tearing up the digital media industry. Only our audience can save us in these difficult times. Help us reach our goal of 100,000 new members at tyt.com/team.
If it looks like it's doing bad, then he's gonna okay, so we're gonna run you through an example of what he's talking about. We'll get to the bad. Let's start with the good. This is January of this year. This is an ancient history. January of this year. This is the Trump stock market because my polls against Biden are so good that investors are projecting that I will win and that will drive the market up. Everything else is terrible and record-setting inflation has already taken its toll. Make America great again. Okay, so there he wants you to believe that the fact that the economy, the stock market specifically was doing record numbers is him because people are projecting that he'll become president and that will drive the market up. So he says it will drive the market up, but he wants to pretend that the fact that it's already driven the market up is somehow up to him, because that's definitely how capitalism works and that's how investment works. So something good might happen from your point of view, hypothetically, 9 months from now. So I'll invest massive amounts of money now. Why would you do that? That's not how that works literally at all. And I honestly don't even know if he knows that. He's not much of a businessman. So when it was doing well, then that was his benefit. And now we had a bad day or two. You can see this. I'm not gonna read all of them, but it's just Trump cash versus Kamala crash. Stock markets are crashing. Jobs numbers are terrible. It was one bad, not even bad month of jobs numbers. One not great month of jobs numbers. Have you seen Trump talking about the monthly jobs numbers over the past 6 months or so? You haven't, have you? You wanna guess why? I think you can. So anyway, again, this should be beneath us, okay? To talk about politics in such a ridiculous fact-free way, but this is all he has, mispronouncing her name and lying about causality. That said, let's move to one more bit of Fox News, sort of trying to respond to this new narrative.
I'd love to debate both of you guys on the economy. GDP's higher, jobs is higher, wages is higher. The stock market's up huge under Biden. This idea of what you guys are talking about, there's more 2,000-day losses under President Trump than 500-day losses under Joe Biden. We should get the facts right on where the economy is.
So that is Robert Wolf with some, again, undeniable actual facts, actual numbers. And you were probably focusing on the information he was providing, I understand that. But if you looked at Tomi Lahren, she gives a really big, exaggerated, uncomfortable smile because she knows, oh, this sounds really bad. Okay, I've got no response to this. So she's already preparing to talk about like the genitals of high school athletes or something, whatever it takes to get off of this topic and back to something, some identity politics thing where we think we can win or whatever. Anyway, it's ridiculous. We'll see what happens long term. If the economy does go into a recession, then that could very much affect the election, whether it should or not. But a momentary dip is not necessarily the salvation that they think it is. When you click the join button and become a tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?